Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm going to start it off today, and India might join us. Swift might join us. Oh, hello. Let me flip over and just check. Okay, we're good. Just make sure India's NDI doesn't magically appear. Okay, cool. Yeah, how we all doing? It was a late one for me yesterday, hence why the stream is slightly later starting. Sorry about that. Hope you're all having a good morning otherwise. But we haven't kept you in suspense. How am I doing? Darkbolt asks. I'm doing okay. Okay. I was working on some props yesterday before bed, and hopefully Windows restarting hasn't suffered. It looks like it has. Did I just didn't save? Hopefully I still have the UVs for this. Oh. Oh. Fuck you very much. No way. No way, no way, no way! I had this all unwrapped. Ah, maybe there's... Maybe there's an autosave. You might be in luck, you guys. Nope, we are not in luck. This one is even earlier than that. Shit! I had painted such a good texture for this too. Well, that's what you get for going to bed without saving. Sure, I hit save before I went to sleep. I don't know why no saving. Maybe there's a file preferences. File, cover. There we go. My barrel! I had an autosave, you guys. It's alright. That's probably why I didn't manually save, because I rely I rely too much on technology to save my ass. But yeah, I was making a barrel. Where's my barrel? Thank you. Hubris! Yeah, exactly. So what's everyone else working on today? What are y'all doing? It's a barrel. Studio for painting. So last you saw of me doing anything for this little Piggu Joust game demo, I was trying to get a shader graph shader to work, and eventually I gave up. And I couldn't get the custom node to work, so I had to look for other potential toon shaders, and I stumbled on well, I stumbled on a YouTube tutorial which was showing how to use Minions Art toon shader, and got the resources for that, and so I put that into my project, and this is the toon shader applied to my Piggu model. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's looking pretty snazzy. Yeah, Minions Art stuff's really cool. Really, really cool. No, it's okay. So yeah, I was learning a little bit about the differences between the URP, or is it UPR? Universal Render Pipeline? Yeah, URP, and I think it's HDRP. And for our purposes, we're probably going to go Universal Render Pipeline that Unity are doing, which is good because I believe this shader was built using it. I'll need to check, but yeah. Hey Tip. So we got the Piggu. Reacts to the directional light, like so. And it's cool because on a shader by shader or material by material basis, I can choose how bright the shadows are. I can have edgy Piggu like this, or I can have a cell shady, toon shady. There's also an offset. I can choose where that shadow edge begins. This seemed to change the property of the light though. Interesting. And how soft it is as well. I like it with hard edges. You got another day to work on your McCavity animation. That's awesome, Tib. Is it going well? I really like how it's looking on the Piggu. Oh, maybe we should bring in our cat pirate. Yeah. Oh wow. It crashed trying to import the cat pirate. Interesting. Well, let's just bring them in as an FBX then. I say we make Piggu plushes. That'd be cool. Let's just save this barrel as over there. File, cool. File, open. Auto. Right. Yeah. Hey, blah blah Neve. Is the reason I'm not using the full screen OBS? Just in case India appears, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Does this one work? There we go. Now you can truly see.
We're not here to fight. We need your help.
Even though literally every time we talk to you, you double-cross us, kidnap us, or threaten to destroy everything we love.
Maybe we are here for a fight.
Hello, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I'm doing a little work on my game idea. This is my cat pirate. How was your stream? What were you up to? Oh, no worries, Kimitron. Oh, is that really his idol? Fair enough. Let's create a new one that's called To Pose. If you select all the controllers in your rig and then press Alt R, it resets all of the rotations to their like bind pose, and Alt G corrects all the translations. Get your little model back to C pose. And then take that over right. Cool bean. Okay. You. Not you. You don't need to forward you. File. Or EFU. Selected object, and then on the armature, only deform bones. And yeah, we'll do the animations as well. That'd be a good test anyway. And let's just put it in the same directory. Okay, speedruns end with an awful note though. Speedruns of Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Oh, gotcha. Oh shit, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, Orville. Jeez. Local EB Games got robbed and they stole, along with yours and your boyfriend's, 7 PS5s. PS5s are like more sought after than gold right now. Sonny, what you doing? Demand that supply. Wait. The other way around. Okay. Now we should have the little cat Piggu up here. Sorry, cat pirate up here. The release of the PS5, I think, was yesterday, if not a little before. Maybe I can apply to Sony for a dev kit and then just play it. Hey Sony, I want to put some Piggus on your console. There he is. Ba-ba-da-da. Let's create some mats for him. Cat fur. Create another one called Gerb. Anyone else here use Unity? Slash, anyone else here want to use Unity? I used it like 3 or 4 years ago. So a bunch has changed since then. I think that's, no, I need an eye material as well. And we need it for a Unity prototyping class. We just started with the bare bone basic. Gotcha. Cool. I just change all the textures to the correct ones. Oh. Bar. I really like the word garb. It's the texture I made for the clothing. So then back on model, and then here's cat pirate. Let's have those remap to the ones we need them. Why? Whoop whoop. indeed. Here we go. Here we go. The rotate. Okay. That's one toon shady. Congrats, Sponge. How did you beat it? What did you do? I solved a couple of mysteries, actually last night very late. One thing that I hadn't realized had happened was that because I'd imported the Blender model for the arena asset, what I'd done is inadvertently imported the light from the scene from Blender, and so that was hiding inside of my arena asset, and I meant that I always had like a constant directional light source, which sort of defaulted to my main light source. So no matter what additional lightings I put in the scene, it was like super always there, which meant that all the intense lighting that I put on was a consequence of doubling up the lighting accidentally. Yeah, so that's fixed now, which means I have a main light source here, which is gonna probably be, I think that I've set this as my sun. Yeah, so this is cool. If I rotate this light source, it changes the skybox sun. Pretty nifty. You can make it sunset and stuff. Oh. It'd be cool to create our own skybox soon. And yeah, I gave up on the Zelda Toon Shade for now, although I might try and reintroduce some aspects of it. But like I would like the idea of it having the rim light when it's on the opposite side of the sun. Who's the mother? I don't what? Cool thing about Minions art, the shader that they wrote, is that you can have well, one, the color of the light change like affects your model. Apparently that's not always a given. But that's cool. Oh wow, it changes the sun as well. That's pretty cool. If it was like a blue light. A blue sun. Pretty cool. But you can also have an additional light, like a point light or something, and it'll affect it too. Do 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 do. Great light. Point light. So like this, for instance. I was expecting colored by This was working yesterday. As you'll find in a bunch. Blue sun would be amazing. Is it because light mode is currently over into real mode? Wait. Is it because maybe the What does Deer see when he sees my headlight? Does he see God? Does he see aliens? Okay, Arvel, you take care. The BAFTA thing. The BAFTA is doing a young game designers competition where you can apply its creators between 10 and 18-year-olds. Sounds like a cool opportunity. It does. BAFTA for a number of years did something called the BAFTA Ones to Watch Award. Well, that was closely linked with a game design competition held in Scotland called Dare to Be Digital. So I wonder if they've just kind of went, we could run a competition. Maybe Dare is finished. Possibly due to COVID. Yeah, in light of the increased spread of COVID-19 virus in Silicon Valley, the 2020... Oh, this is not the one I'm looking for. Oh, they've renamed it to the Dare Academy. Interesting. I keep clipping. It might just be that I'm not talking into the mic. No, it's a different thing from Ludum Dare. Yeah, there's only one other light in the theme. Is it potentially that because I've got these set to no smoothness? That might be it. Yeah, there we go. Swift alive. Swift, if you can hear me, shout pro mail twice. India was up late doing a deadline. So she is currently sleeping. There we go. Secondary light. Interestingly, it looks yellow on the cat pirate, but red on the pig. That ain't right. It looks like there's something that when you have the toon smoothness set to 0, it doesn't inherit the light color as well. So if we just drop that, we just increase that by like just a smidge. Then we're golden. That's a cool discovery. Sleep is for the weak and India is a ripped Chad. Da, 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 da. .026. There we go. Expected result. You want to ask a question? I mean, you feel free to ask a question, and I'll feel free to not answer it. Or answer it. Cool. Let's hit save because we made some progress. Cool. That me. Bring it in, Doig. We're now we know you are the captor. We shall rescue our brave and beautiful Queen Swift back from your burning chains. Yes, the burning warmth of the duvet chains. Are you and Swift like together, or? That's not a question. You need a question mark. Or an alternative. I also solved the mystery of the no shadows in the game view. It was a shadow distance thing. So I think. Or something else. Yeah, we're together. Here's a question. Can I run Unity and stream at the same time, and is it fine? Or is it glitching? Ooh, something is Something is preventing. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Simple camera controller, don't need you. Remove phone. Stream is fine? Good, 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 good. There we go. That's what I was expecting to see. So, I'm messing around with something in Unity called Cinemachine, which basically is a number of like ways to control the camera in your scene, and currently I have it set up so that see these pink cubes? Well, they are what the camera is focusing on, so if they come closer together, the camera tries to keep them all in screen in a nice way. So the idea would be that when you're roaming around on this arena platform with your pigs, that the camera would try and like keep you all nicely in view, but it means that when you get close in together, you'll have a nice view of. Yeah, let me select this one. Of what's happening close up. Wonder if it goes stupidly zoomed in. I might have to put like a. Yeah, it gets a little intense. We might be able to set a limit on that. It is slightly laggy though. Okay. I need a better computer, you guys, because I want to do these things on stream. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay. Let's have a look at the anim on the cat pirate. Oh, that's cool. It's only imported the anims attached to the deformation bones that were in the scene and the ones that were selected. Cool. I was wondering about that because I'd appended the Piggu asset in there. I wonder if that Piggu has gotten no, not got animation on it. Okay, I might work with FBXs intentionally with the animation models so that I can work on the Blender files independently, not worry. Yeah. There. Ooh. You got a little bit of a junk in your trunk there. That's interesting. Wonder why that's happening. Yeah. Looks maybe like wow. Looks maybe like it's not liking the stretch in it. The bone stuff that I'm doing. But I saw that there was a way to export the Rigify rig for Unity, so I might need to do that for it to properly work. Kind of funny though. Let's see though. Let's see. And wait. Yeah. A little unsettling to have such a bulgy cat. still a work in progress for this one. It's cool to see that like all the offsets are preserved. That's one thing I'm gonna need to figure out is if I'm animating around the root of this character. Like I think you can change root motion node, none, rig, root. Yeah, not move the root. Let's look up the Blender Rigify to Unity. Yeah, this is a tutorial. And they had some like cool stretching. Good. Rigify to Unity Blender add. Installation. Download this repo as a zip archive in Blender. Open it perfect. Data install. No, son. Okay. Do before wait pin some people do. I don't want it to be humanoid compatible. That's not what I'm looking for. Like he gets some cool. He's got some cool walks and stuff going on. That one. Thanks, Inka Pink Heart. Appreciate it. gonna try something. Okay. Currently analyzing the game animation of Spiritfarer for your bachelor thesis, and you're blown away. So detailed, so smooth. Is there anything you would want to ask them about it that would help with your thesis? I'm undecided on whether to... Whenever I hit like a block like this where I can see that the result is going to be borked, I'm always like, I want to keep doing the fun stuff, but I should probably fix the thing that's going to affect. This model isn't usable because the weighting isn't working. And the stretchiness isn't working. Let's look if there's Unity stretchy rig to Blender. How to make a stretchy rig work correctly in game. Ooh, this could be good.
Hi everyone, this is Piggu from Piggu Design. In this video I will show you how I export my stylized rigged character from Blender to Unity.
Show me how.
In my latest course, I show some tricks and tips on how to build a rig that is suitable for game engine. A little disclaimer here, this might not be the best solution or the best method, but I've been using this method for 3 years and it worked flawlessly. I've also reviewed this method with 2 tech artists and riggers, and we figured it was not that bad. So, might not be the best, but at least it's not the worst. So we are going to export 2 versions of this character. One classical rig, and the second one a rig with a solution. He seems to be so happy to be a rigged character, look at him. So let's first export our character so that we can see how it works in Unity, and then if we get some bugs, and if we do, and we will fix the bug. Here in Blender I have 2 mannequin characters with 2 different rigs sharing the same animation, because the controllers are the same. One important thing whenever you want to export a character to a game engine is to make sure that only the deformation bones currently have the deformation option. So make sure that you uncheck deform on all the other bones by pressing Shift W and clicking disable. You may find other method where the instructor or the user will bake the animation onto a deformation armature which is separated from the control armature, but we don't need to do this. The only thing you have to ensure is that the deformation bones are not parented.
We're not here to fight. We need your help.
Even though literally every time we talk to you, you double cross us,
Hello.
kidnap us, or threaten to destroy everything we love.
What if
We
Julia
are here
raided
for a
you?
fight.
God!
Hi. Welcome. I'm currently watching a tutorial on how to export a stylized character rig from Blender because I want to get this Piggy, Piggy and this cat into Unity properly with the stretchy animations intact. Because right now my cat's hand is going a little bit funky, or what if she did? So I'm gonna attempt to fix this. Also, it's got a kind of a weird pelvis bulge thing going on. So that is the current state. Yeah, hello, welcome. I'm Doig, welcome to the stream. Usually I stream with my partner Swift, but she is currently napping because she was up late for a storyboarding thing she was doing, storyboarding deadline. Thanks for the host. Hi, Julia, how you doing? What were you up to? You have a good stream? If you're not familiar with Julia, or What If Julia, check her out. She's really fun. She does game streams and art streams as well. Give you a shout out. Do more Dead Space things. Awesome. I've been doing some like game dev stuff.
No way! I can't believe this!
Oh, Thorhawk, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub. So this is what I was mentioning to you yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? This is my cat pirate, who rideth the Piggu. Let me just grab this. Select right idle. There we go. Give him his weapon. Where is there? There we go. They're pretty happy about it. And on the back you'll see there's some chests. They are intended for a mode of the game in my head where you collect gold and then you joust one another and you can steal your player's gold. I call it Piggu Bank because this is the Piggu and this is Bank. Thank you, Thor. Appreciate it.
No way! I can't believe this!
Thank you for the gifted sub. What if Julia? Oh, was that reciprocal? Oh, that's adorable. But yeah, if you're here for the first time, my name is Michael Doig. I'm an artist, working primarily in animation. I've been working a couple of years with a company called Knights of the Light Table alongside my partner India Swift, who's an animator, and we've worked on a couple of things over the last year. Last couple of years with them making music videos. So if you're not familiar with our work, we did stuff called Starlight Brigade for Twerp, the band. More recently, the Night Runner music video for the Magnum Bullets video for Night Runner. And thank you for all the subs. Thank you. And at present, we're working on the Mystic Crystal, the animated sections of the Mystic Crystal for Ninja Sex Party. So a lot of Dan Avidan centric animated content. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Hinka Pinkart. Appreciated. Yeah, that website will show you some of the work that we've done. Yeah. I don't really know what to do. I was watching a tutorial, but I feel like I should do something a little bit more interesting. Yeah, working on the one that they're making for the Mystic Crystal. So it's going to be part live action, part animated. I think they put out a preview of some of it not too long ago. But it's been a cool learning experience because we tried to keep it to look a little bit more like Don Bluth-ish, which a couple people guessed when they saw the preview. So I feel like I can say. So it's been really interesting looking at stuff like Secret of Nim and Black Cauldron and that sort of stuff. I need the tutorial to proceed. Yes. Yeah. So let me see. I want to fix some of the render errors.
Example. And the whole deformation chain is independent, so that whenever we select our character and its armature and go to File, Export FBX, we can then
I'll watch this in a bit. Maybe I'll do some animating instead. So one of the things I want to try with this, oh yeah, the Piggu de Squish. One of the things I want to try with this game is to do like really crunchy stepped keys so that it doesn't tween so much between keyframes as it does like pop between them. So I think I can hear the cat attempting to escape. 1 second. She's able to push her way into the kitchen, but not necessarily like open the door the other way as well. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, this is Blender, which is a free 3D software, and it's really fun. This is getting on the Piggu animation. Oh, so I've been working on this one yesterday. Your 3D professor always says to make the first animate in stepped key makes everything crisper. Yeah, it's a good practice because you can see very clearly what positions your character is moving through intentionally, because otherwise you'll have the in-betweening just kind of mush them together and it'll probably tween linearly between the points and it'll look a little bit mushy. But I intend to keep it pretty pretty snappy. And I've not really animated like this before, so I'm just learning what does and doesn't work when I do this. I think we can reduce some of the noise from the pig by
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
hiding some of that. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. There we go. So this is what I'd like to see replicated in Unity if I manage to get this stretchy rig stuff to work. Is less that the whole arm and the thing stretches, but more like this. Herb. One that had to go down with Piggu. Go in pose mode. Pretty colored key. Hit T so I can pick constant, and I'll get the step key. So what you can see on the left here is my all the parts of my rig listed down the left here, and at the start and the end all of the things are keyed.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
I like to work in this way so that I can sort of match where each part is getting a new key. Is this for the pirate game you were working on many moons ago? It is, Craig, yeah. I've taken some of the assets and I'm focusing predominantly on the Piggu part of it because I want to make the Piggu joust part of it exist. So I'm focusing on the art side a little bit, but I want to try and get the... I'm either going to like go back into the Unity project and work within it, or try and salvage some of the code from it to build into what I need. Because there was a character controller, there was some of the game loop logic there, although it was very, very ad hoc and hacky because I was just throwing stuff together. This ore is a little crazy. I want him to pull away as well. He really like has a little bit of anticipation. Oh. Don't know if we need another frame between these two. It's very fast. Let's see what it feels like if I do. Like, I'm not going to keep his feet on the ground. Just so you know. That might feel a little better. Yeah. I might keep his feet on the ground. That's kind of funny. Long cat. Craig, have you have you ever worked in Unity with a model that has like stretchy limbs? I'd love to get that to work. Yeah. It currently doesn't work out well in Engine. But I was looking at a tutorial where they have it. I'm probably not going to use the humanoid stuff for this because I don't think I necessarily need some of the benefits of Mechanim. I'm not sure. Or you'd be interested to see how the process differs to Unreal Engine 4 because you haven't had any problems there. You haven't had any problems with stretchy rig. Immediately starts using Unreal instead. Hmm, that's interesting. Yeah, currently I'm getting this sort of issue. Craig.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
I think it's thinking about the Blender file I just saved. Yo, Osu, thank you for the... It's not, it should be with the generic rig. There we go, now it's importing. Yeah, animation type, generic rig. What happens if I put none? Apply. Oh wait, no, it'll just think there's no anims. Wonder what it does if I do legacy. Be interested to see what that does. Oh, it makes them disappear. Joy. Oh, it makes them. Oh no, I thought it was a tiny model there. It was like, yep. Are you doing the stretch with individual bone scaling? I think Blender might be doing that with the rig. Yeah. But I would have expected the model to be able to at least like the bones to preserve like the shape of the hand. It's weird that the hand is like, oh, maybe it is like stretching, like scaling the bone. Is there a way for me to check that? I also have weird weighting in the torso here. And you basically need to invert the transform on the next bone. You definitely remember an animator, you know, complaining about something like this. Gotcha. That one's not so bad. This one that was like, whoa, Nelly. Yeah, maybe we could. Okay, we were watching something. This was cool.
Select here only deformation bones. Make sure you select selected only if you have multiple characters or objects inside your scene, and apply the scale and transformation. Even if it's an experimental feature, it's pretty stable. Then we can get rid of the leaf bone because it's a Maya option. I just leave everything enabled. I will make a first export for the mannequin 1 and a second export for the mannequin 2.
Did I have the... Piggu, object mode, not or file export. Yeah, I didn't have experimental apply transform when I tried earlier. I will keep watching and see.
And then we can launch Unity and create
That
new
is.
projects. I will click the new button, then select 3D as a template, give it a relevant name, and click create. I will then create a character folder for my
If you know how
asset,
to
and I
import,
can drag and
skip
drop
to
the
5.
FBX
That's a really
inside
good
it,
thing to put in a
or I can go
tutorial.
in the Windows Explorer and copy and paste those into the asset folder.
Maybe I don't
They
know
will
how to
automatically
import though.
appear
Maybe.
in my Unity library since it is linked when I select my character asset inside the scene. So
Yeah,
we will create
I
this controller which is called
50.
an animating to source the two different FBX, which is currently the first. I will add some material to it, create an animator, and add the animation as a loop also onto this character. Both characters are
I
showing
haven't done this
exactly
yet.
the same animation. Tweaked a bit the lighting so that we can compare both animation now. So you can see both our character executing the same animation, but the white one seems to be a bit buggy, and when we play it frame by frame we can see its feet going crazy. The ground is clipping, the feet are moving, etc. And this is due to the stretching problem. We are currently scaling the legs, as you can see here. They are getting longer, the head also is scaled, the body is scaled, and all the bone in the hierarchy are getting buggy, meaning that if I scale the hips and the legs are parented to the hips, then the legs will get buggy. Since those legs are also scaled, they will make the foot bugs, etc. The weird thing is that our left character is playing a...
I am still streaming. You did. And Gia just turned into the room. It's like, hey, you still streaming? I'm like, I am. It's like, she made it. Yeah. Okay. We got raided by What If Julia. India says, thank you, Julia. Okay.
exactly the same animation flawlessly.
So I feel
And
like the
we will
legs
see how I've set up
scaling
this
is something I'm seeing in
When
the
I
arms and the
open them
hands.
inside of Blender, we can see that they are sharing the same animation, and it seems that the animation is running flawlessly. Now, if I double check their deformation bones, we can see that they have exactly the same animation, and that most of the bones are stretching or get squashed during the animation process. So why our second character is getting buggy while the first on the left is okay, since they have exactly the same setup. And here when I enter edit mode, you can see they currently don't have exactly the same setup. The deformation bones of our first character, the one that is not bugging, are all parented to the root bone, meaning that they are not connecting one with each other. While our second rig has a more classical parenting chain. The legs are parented to the hips, for example. So if you have a bit of experience in rigging, you may think that it should bring the same bug as in Unity. But all these bones that appear in green are under a copy transform constraint from a secondary bone chain. So Blender will override the parenting hierarchy. The copy transform occur after the parenting, So whether they are parented or not, the copy transform constraint will override the transformation of each bone. So it may sound a bit obscure here, but now if we translate this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer. Because Unity can't use those constraints. They are made inside of Blender, by Blender, and for Blender, which is great. And we only have exported the deformation bones inside of Unity, which is a great thing because limiting the number of bones will make our scene to run smoothly. But if we now check the armature hierarchy of each character, let's start with the bugging one first, we can see that there is this parenting hierarchy. While if I check the hierarchy of the red
It's
character,
flat,
the ones that
so
is
they're not
bugging,
inheriting
you can
the
see that
scaling.
all the bones are separated. And that will make a big difference, because here when I hit the play button and I select a bone, we can see that its position, rotation and scale are modified in real time or are animated. But each bone will have its own animation, while on the other character, the position, for example, is not animated because it's following its parent, but the other channels are animated on top of the hierarchy. So it is already scaled and rotated by the previous bone, and then its own rotation are applied on top of it.
You were right.
While
You were
on
right,
the other character,
Craig.
all
And
the
this
bones
is
are moving
the solution.
independently. And this is super useful whenever you want to do tracking for FX, for example. Because the bone transformation channel are evaluated based on the root bone position, since all those bones are only parented to the root bone, which is very handy and used by most engines. While on the other character, the transform channel of the bone is evaluated based on its parent. For example, the end bone transformation channel is based on the forearm bone's position. The other benefit is that it seems to respect the animation curve at export, like this handle set to vector in Blender, and it seems to be set as vector also in Unity. And if you remember in the beginning of the video, I've just clicked the export button, I haven't baked the animation. If I select another channel, you will see that it hasn't written additional keyframe on every frame. It has only written a keyframe wherever I have moved a controller inside of Blender. So this perfectly fits this kind of character where I want a very stylized animation with a lot of squash and stretched, so that I can get a very dynamical animation with good shapes reading. But there is a downside to this, is that we can't use the humanoid rig inside of Unity. So you can't retarget animation, you can't use motion capture, and you can't use automated rigging system inside of Unity or other engine using this type of rig. So if you are working on a fighting game, for example, such as Dragon Ball Z, or a game like League of Legends where you want very specific animation for each character, this is the way to go. You will have absolute freedom on your rig. But if you need to use mocap library, ragdolls, or if you have thousands of different characters but with the same proportion and you want to use the same animation on them, like in games such as Total War Warhammer, then you should keep your bone parented and keep a humanoid friendly rig. This will wrap up this video. If you want to learn effective rigging inside of Blender, check out my newly released.
Okay, but how did you... I missed the part where you had it do the
By frame, you can
do
see
the
it's going
parenting.
crazy. It's the same animation. Since the character, the ones that is not bugging, are all parented to the root bone, meaning that they are not connecting one with each other.
Was there a
While
bit I
our
missed?
second rig has a more
Yeah,
classical
yeah.
parent. With a bit of experience in rigging, you may think that it should bring the same bug as in Unity. But all these bones from a secondary bone are under a copy transform constraint from...
Okay, this is the bit. Add a bone constraint.
secondary bone chain, so Blender will override the parenting hierarchy. The copy transform occur after the parenting, so whether they are parented or not, the copy transform constraint will override the transformation of each bone. So
Do I just do it on the top level? Oh.
it may sound a bit obscure here, but now if we translate this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer. Because
Oh, a little confused. India, let me know when you want the microphone. Swifty's here, but she's tapping.
formation of each bone. So as in Unity. But all these bones that appear in green are under a copy transform
All of them. Selected one of the bones. He selected this bone.
constraint from a secondary bone chain, so Blender will override the parenting hierarchy. The copy transform occur after the parenting, so whether they are parented or not, the copy transform constraint will override the
I'm not gonna understand this completely looking at the video, so let's go in here, make sure this is, yeah, let's just export this. Craig's in the chat. Craig Yates. Get your microphone. Huh? Cool. I think this is. Okay, cool. I think this is my deform rig. Yeah, look at these are the scalings that it's doing. So hit Control S. Okay. Let me go over here. Just let me know when you want to share your screen. I'm not sure. Not too much longer.
Just trying to decide, if you're not going for too much longer, what I should work on.
Work on your sparkling personality and share it with the new viewers. Say hello.
Work on your personality. Hello. It's me, Swifty. I have come to you from the land of sleep, and now I'm here in Waterdeep.
Needs work.
Damn it. I mean, do you even know a bit? I'm still trying to think what to do what to bring up, what program to open. What should I ask of my computer?
How was the weather?
Dark? It's pretty dark. Do a spreadsheet. Never! Oh my gosh, that cat paw emoji is adorable.
The what?
Oh my god. The cat paw emoji
Oh.
from Manticha.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, so this is India Swift. Swift, extraordinaire, animator,
Storyteller.
storyteller, story artist,
Storyboarder.
storyboarder,
Storia.
storyer.
10 stories up.
My partner in crime, my life partner, my accomplice, my stream partner.
That's me.
Swifty's been working on doing some fight game animation
Yeah.
on stream recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Do you want to share any of that?
I don't know.
Is it not open?
It's not open. I was trying to decide what to open because I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Nothing's open yet. Nothing's open yet. I could just provide helpful commentary over what you're doing. And lo, look at the long legs of the cat.
One thing I'm noticing is I don't have a root bone.
So Mike's gonna add one. He's gonna put a root bone right where the pelvis is.
I mean, actually, there is a root bone, but I don't see it.
The long legs on this cat. There we are. I was gonna say they're freaking me out a little bit.
Why? Why are you freaked?
I can just tell that it ain't natural. That's all. It just ain't natural.
Is this the root bone?
Yeah. It is, and you have spoken.
No, this is the pelvis.
That should be the root bone.
I know. I'm looking for the actual.
So, Mike is gonna make it into the root bone.
Looking for the actual root bone.
Pinky Pink saying put the root bone on the floor. Do you think he already has one?
I feel like maybe he has one, but it's not part of.
Yeah, Darkbolt says a rig can't not have a root bone.
It has a root bone. I just can't see it.
Mike has lost the root bone, guys. A Life of Riley. Thank you for the follow.
There it is.
As soon as I join the stream, it becomes a lot more confrontational. Whoa! That's a big bone there on the floor.
Big old root bone.
Big old root bone. I'm gonna have a tall glass of root beer. So what you gonna do with it now you found it?
Well, so I was watching a tutorial that showed how to have a stretchy rig, and part of the problem is when you import into Unity, you have a hierarchy of bones, and if you scale this bone, then this bone inherits the scale of this one. And that doesn't work in Unity because you get weird bulges and big old arms and weirdness.
Some people want bulges and big old arms.
Some people do, yeah. So what the tutorial I just watched said recommended copying the transform somehow and making your bone hierarchy not a hierarchy, make it flat and everything parented and rooted to the root bone. So when the root moves, they all move, but they're not attached to one another. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Yeah. That's why we need the root bone. A Life of Riley. Hello. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. I think what I'm gonna do is I have notes that I need to take care of. So I'm just going to hang in the stream.
But you're not going to show your stuff.
No, because I'm not sure how much longer you're going.
Yeah, that's fair. Just
So
go for it. Go do that.
I will
Yeah.
just hang out with you guys while I work. We'll chill out, maxing, relaxing,
All cool.
and shooting some b-ball.
Right.
Oh, I'm so tired though.
Do I have to do
Yawning.
it for each individual bone? Is that what we're doing here?
Each individual bone.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that didn't work. That made him too big.
Turn that cat over. Flip that cat. Whee!
Yeah, it's got tiny feet. Cats do have tiny feet though.
They do. Well, they have large feet, but they only stand on their very tippy toes.
Well, yeah, you're right. Oh man. If you look at a cat as though they have the legs of a rabbit, it's so cute. Because they do. They just don't hibbity flop on them. They sit on them. When they sit in, they look like a rabbit.
You know, there's more than just rabbit with those type of legs, right?
Yeah, but I associate most with a rabbit because I'm familiar with that most.
That would be a really good witch pun. If you were talking about your cat and you were like, but I'm most familiar with that.
Give him the blood, Miriam.
He needs it!
Hands up in the chat if you've ever watched Worthy Kids animation.
And if you haven't, you're welcome. We've just given you your new favourite animator.
Yeah.
I'd give him the blood!
Darkvolt raised his hand. Yeah. It's spelled like this. And they're awesome.
Your favourite is the one with Palpatine. But I think my favourite is Witches on Tinder.
I'm being between that and some of the absurdity in Big Top Burger.
I'd love it if Where the Kids just did some streaming. That'd
I think
be great.
I think they do.
Really?
I think so.
Why are they on Twitch?
I don't know if they're on Twitch. You want me to check?
I was like, why are we not following them? Why am I not always watching their streams then?
What? Yeah, they have a Twitch. They streamed last year on it,
Last year.
according to their recent highlight and uploads.
Okay.
And maybe they stream on YouTube.
You love your adventure game one with a free apple. And who is it? Is it Travis or Justin McElroy who's
I
voicing
think that was Justin.
Oh yeah, by the way, for people who like Mabim Bam, they're doing a live show
When?
this weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah, online, digitally. Tickets are only $10.
That's really cool.
I'm surprised you don't know about it because
I know about it.
yeah, because I've been having a conversation with you in a group chat where we've been arranging to all get tickets so that we can all watch it together.
I'm just really good at feigning surprise. Well, okay, see, here's the thing.
It's just gone over your head because sometimes
Here's
we
the
talk about
thing.
stuff in the group chat and you're like, wait, what?
Here's the thing.
What is the thing?
Sometimes when you're
Identify it.
excited to tell me about something and I say, oh yeah, I know, you get so down and disappointed that I already know about the thing because you didn't have the experience of telling me. So I've just kind of defaulted to being like, oh, really?
Well, I wasn't telling you. I was telling the chat.
I-
I assumed you already knew.
I know, but wasn't it cooler as part of the experience? You're like, yeah, he told him too, and it's all good.
I guess so.
Uh,
All you succeeded in doing was making me think that you didn't know.
yeah. You were ignoring the chat that you were in. I don't know how to get this copy transform thing to work.
Try pasting it. There's an important second step to the copying process that not many people know about.
They had it paired to the armature, I thought.
They did, yeah.
But let me look at the video again.
Toefield Illustration says, I have some questions. Do you guys work strictly in animation or do you work in game animation as well? We work in whatever kind of animation we most want to at the time, I think. So Mike's done a lot of work with games. And one of my first jobs was with Sega Hardlight, doing game development stuff. So, like, we both love games, we're definitely interested in them, and we have ideas and want to work on them. But at the minute, we're working mostly on animated music videos and series and such. Also, if you have worked in gaming, can you describe how you've gotten the opportunities to work in gaming studios? I've been trying to apply for positions for a while now and haven't had much progress in terms of getting accepted. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. For me, I was the same boat as you. I just applied. What really helped was that I had worked with someone in the studio before, and they kind of vouched for me as being someone good to work with. So I'd say, I guess even if you're not getting hired into a big company, do small game projects yourself anyway, outside of the job applications that you're doing. Do them for fun, do them for practice, do them to improve and get really good at what you're doing. And then those will become portfolio pieces for you. And also through doing little projects outside of applying for work, you'll be working with people and get to know people who might down the line end up in some of the game companies you want to apply for and be able to say, oh, I did this project with them a few years back and they were really, really good to work with. And really nice, you know?
A good mentality to keep is to kind of along the lines of fake it till you make it, but in a more constructive way is like
make it before you make it.
Yeah, make it before, like, make work for the job that you want before you have the job that you want. Like, there's one thing of like applying with the potential. Like when you think about your portfolio, fill it with stuff of the things you want to make, and then someone who sees that portfolio will see what you want to make, and if it's in line with what they want to make, then they'll want to work with you.
Yeah. And in terms of I'm saying you need to make your own games, you could make some very small games with people, you know, games which are fast and comparatively easy to develop. Or you could just focus on the thing that you want to do in games. Like, what exactly is it that you want to do? Because for me, it was UI design that I got hired for. So I did like a mock-up of what I would do for, you know, UI for a Sonic game. And that's one of the things that got me into the company. So, for example, if you were the same and wanted to be UI artist, I'd say, like, do some UI mock-ups. Have fun designing for the kind of stuff you'd want to do UI for. You know, solve some problems with it. Figure out some really fun, cool systems that are really easy to use for the player. you know? Or if if it was a character artist you want to be, then maybe get together with just one or two other people and create a few characters for games where you can, if you work with a location artist, you can put them into the setting and such.
Collaborations are really good.
Yeah.
So if you're a character artist, find a concept artist that you really like, reach out to them and say, I really like this concept art you did for this character. Would you mind if I made a model of it?
Yeah. Working with others is great too, because, if you're a character artist and you're making a character that's going to be rigged and animated, and the people who you're working with are saying this is too complex and it's hard to do the animation because of the way this is designed, then you're learning on the job as well, how to refine and improve your modeling skills, because you're figuring out what's good to have on the character in game animation. Like maybe some of the things that you should leave out or refine or change the way you do them. Working with people is super valuable as well as fun. And yeah, I think game jams are great. Hinkapink, that's a great suggestion there for sure. Because game jams are often just 24 to 48 hours.
Well, they'll put you in contact with people who are working in a different discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So if you made game art for a game jam, if you made game animation for a game jam, then the people that you made the animation for will see your animation. So they won't be looking at your resume or your portfolio. They're looking at what you can provide, what value you can provide to a team.
Yeah, you'll get to know a bunch of people. And you'll get to spend a short time making something very small. Agreed, getting feedback is huge. It's huge. It's huge.
I usually have a thing in the bottom left that shows what it is.
Yeah, no worries, Life of Riley. Do feel free.
The one that's playing just now is Spectacles, Wallet and Watch Kingdom. Let me just check. I usually have oh yeah, it's up there. There we go. Craig Yates says, slight point of dissent. If getting into a game studio as soon as possible is your immediate goal, you should consider focusing on producing portfolio pieces suited to the games made by the studios you're applying to.
Craig knows what he's talking about. Craig works in games, so yeah. For sure.
There's an expression which is like it's a lot easier to get a job when you already have one. I think it's partially a mentality thing as well. As well as like you'll have people you've worked with in the past who can recommend you. That's a really big thing. Like first breaking in, I think is like one of the harder points of a career is getting seen and being trusted. And I think if you act as though you already have the job you're aiming for, then perception goes a long way of like that person isn't an aspiring game animator, they are a game animator. They just don't happen to have a gig at the moment. You see how like just the way that you kind of think about it and approach it can change the way that people will think about and approach you. Like that's why I would advise anyone who wants to get hired off of their social media, remove the word aspiring, because it, while it shows what you're aiming for, it's a big kind of red flag of like you haven't reached it yet. Like, just put what you want to be there, like game animator. Because then people might approach you as if you have already been hired before. You know? Does that make sense, or would you disagree with that?
Oh, sorry, I was halfway in my other work.
Oh, I was saying like if you have
You're
like a
saying
social
walk
media
the
profile.
walk.
Yeah, if you have a social media profile, avoid things like saying I'm an aspiring such and such. Like just put what you want to be.
I guess so, yeah. I don't think it matters as much what you say, as it does kind of how you view yourself. The most important thing is just that you make cool stuff. If you make cool stuff, people will want to hire you. Whether you say that you're aspiring or not. You know, but the thing that happens is that a lot of people say aspiring or I want to be this, and then see that as a reason why they shouldn't be making it until they get the job.
Yeah.
Or shouldn't be doing it until they make the job. And the mentality is, when I'm hired, I'll get to do this. And they don't do it until
getting hired.
Yeah, they assume that they'll get to do it when they get hired, but they don't do it beforehand. But people want to see that they can do what they're getting hired to do. So you need to already be making the stuff that you want to make so that people can see that you can make it and hire you to make it with them. But yeah, generally, if you're doing cool stuff,
it won't matter what you say.
People will be attracted to that, and they'll want to bring you on board for stuff. So doing stuff off your own steam is the most important thing, as far as I know, because that will attract people to you. Or like Craig says, if you're going to be like directly applying to places and focusing on that, then, you know, make sure you're, number one, tailoring your portfolio for the jobs that you're applying for and the studios that you're applying for. And number two, tailoring your portfolio for the stuff that you enjoy making. Because the last thing you want to do is to make stuff only because you want to get hired in your portfolio, then get hired for the stuff in your portfolio and be stuck making stuff you don't want to do or don't care about. If that makes sense. For example, if you really like doing cartoony characters, but one of the studios you're applying for is like super gritty, realistic stuff, that might not be a good fit for you. Because if you get hired there, you're going to be doing stuff that isn't your forte and that you're not very interested in.
Yeah, similarly, a place like Rockstar North isn't going to be looking for cartoony
World of Warcraft type
stuff.
That's another really good point from Craig. He says, from a studio's perspective, any new hire involves a number of risks relating to their ability to perform the work required. Your task as a job candidate is to convince them that you aren't a risk on as many fronts as possible. And that's why the power of people is so important, is because when someone in the company can say, hey, I know that person, I've worked with them, they're really cool and really good to work with.
That alleviates some of that risk.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, because one of the worst things you can get is someone whose work is really good, but who's a complete pain to work with and doesn't take direction or, you know, listen to feedback. So the personality thing is huge as well, and it definitely helps to have people able to vouch for you. You know, plus everyone, of course, wants to work with their friends.
Unless their friends are unreliable.
Yeah, I mean, they want to work with their friends who are good to work with.
Yeah.
So people often want to pull in pals, so they can all work on stuff together. Well, Toefield, maybe it would help if you tell us what kind of things you're using to apply and what kind of position you want to apply for. Because it's hard to give you actionable responses if we're not sure what you're sending them. If that makes sense. Like, all we can give you is general advice until we know specifically what we're talking about.
Have you got a link to your portfolio? If you do, let me know. I need to permit you to link it.
Okay, you want to do character art and you like things like Darkest Dungeon, things from Clay, among other places. Okay. Let me just have a look at what those are. So I can see the kind of style. I see, so 2D game art is where your heart lies, is that right? I like this, it's very Mike Mignola. All those hard black shadows. Oh, I see. Clay are the people who made Don't Starve and Griftlands.
Alright, okay.
Among other things. Fun! Let's see. Do you have a link to your portfolio so we can have a look at how your work stacks up? The crow mail. The crow needs more sleep. Got a crow mail. It's from Dangerous Sponge. Dangerous Sponge says, "Oh my Weezers, our saviour and queen has returned." That's me. "This means we won, everyone. The fiendish Doig has let go of his grasp on Our Lady. Ha! We win once more. My army let us rise again and again till the very end of time. Thank you, Dangerous Sponge, for your service. I am back and reinstated on my throne. All is well." So yeah, unsolicited means you just send them in, like almost equivalent to cold calling, except with your portfolio. Is that what you normally send them, Toefield? Your blogspot? Thanks, Palbro. Okay, let's see. So looking at your blog, it links to like quite a nice looking website that I like. Though it doesn't immediately link me to your game art. Generally, the fewer clicks I have to go through to get to what I'm looking for, the better, because people don't want to have to search your website for what they're looking for. So I'm assuming game art is the one I'd be looking at if I got sent this and you were applying for a game art role. So if I go down and click to game art, then you have what I'm assuming is the name of the game here, and then a number of icons relating to that game. So what might be nice is if you actually put just a small bit of writing explaining what the game is. Because I don't know what Goblin Warband is, what kind of game it is, what specifically you did on it. Like it's sometimes nice just to be like, I worked on Goblin Warband, you know, at this point I did these kind of assets and this kind of art for it. It was a fun experience to do this, and you know, I'd love to explore more stuff like this in the future or something. Like just a little introduction as to what this is. And from the images, it's kind of hard to tell if these are characters or icons because it feels kind of like it's small snippets of a larger illustration. Like the main thing is I'm just not 100% sure what I'm looking at. If you were applying for a character artist, I would probably expect to have like some full body character poses or turnarounds, or maybe even some gifs of the application of them in game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something more descriptive about what you did and how it was applied in the game. Because here, without Googling Beast of Nature separately, which again is more work for the person who's recruiting you, and looking at what kind of game it is, how it plays, how the sprites look in action, which bits you did, you know, that's a lot of research that I would have to do that I'm not getting from looking at your website. To figure out where in the game these were and what their function was. If that makes sense. Let's see, you were making your own projects since you weren't getting any work, so you're trying to be generative and make your own little things. Yeah, that's great. But it would be good to know what the project is. Like, what kind of game would this be? How would it play? Like, what exactly, you know, how would these sprites work? Because I'm still unsure as to how exactly they would function in a game, whether they would be icons or whether they, you know, would be kind of like comic panels, or whether they would actually be moving sprites. Because there's like no context for them whatsoever, I think you need to provide that.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you say this is a game that I designed that would be like this kind of thing.
They say on the start of the website that they're in board and tabletop game. No, it was in the About Me. I work in tabletop games and board games industry. Specifically, I work in the following types of projects. But I had to click the About Me to see that.
I'm assuming that when you say applying for games, you mean the kind of games like Don't Starve, though, which aren't tabletop. So in the About Me page, if this is what you're sending to recruiters, they might read that and assume that you have, you know, no experience and maybe even no interest in working in the games industry because you don't mention it anywhere. So instead, in the About Me, I'd probably put something like, I've worked in the tabletop industry for a while and I've always been passionate about making games. I really want to work on these kind of things in the future.
Yeah.
And have like decided to put my passion towards that.
Yeah. Because employers also want to know what you're aiming for and how they could potentially match that with their aims. How they can benefit your like kind of like your milestones or your aims. Like what is it they're seeking to do in the next 5 years, kind of thing. So if you can be like really clear and up front of like, this is what I do, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, show your hand. Don't be afraid. Like, you're all going to be collaborating and working towards the same thing. So being like, really want a job in the games industry, really love computer games, have always wanted to work in that, have been making my own stuff in my own free time. It's this kind of stuff for this kind of game, which is my favorite type of game. You know, just Definitely, as Craig says, showing your purpose and process is important. Process is huge. Because without it, there is just no context for what it is that you're showing them.
Like the art blog as well.
So you would go into a little bit of detail the same way that you did on the brown version of the website you probably saw. What's the brown version?
We haven't seen a brown version.
I don't know if we've seen a brown version.
I would say that if you're gonna have an art blog, have an art blog. If you're not gonna post, maybe remove the.
Yeah, keep it super simple. I wonder if there's like a good example we can show of a good games portfolio so you can see the stuff that we've been saying kind of in action. It might make it a bit easier.
There's one I always remember that I used to like go to over the years. I wonder if it's still there. It isn't. It looks like they've changed it. But back when I wanted to do more like game art and stuff, I remember looking at the art by PR Oberson as being really inspirational. And they used to just have like stuff like this. I wonder if this links to it. That was just, it was just a full wall of artwork. It's a little bit like this. But they range from like 2D illustration to 3D sculpting to texture modeling. Like they were.
Hold on. This is a good one, I think. I've only just glanced at it, but I think it's displaying some of the stuff we were talking about.
Cool.
So let me link it to you in chat, Mike, and then you and everyone else can have a look. So if you have a look at this one. So immediately the only button there is portfolio, right?
Yeah.
And you've got some nice splash art as well. So click on portfolio.
Game art portfolio, this the name, video art and animation.
Yep, so that's exactly what he wants to do. Then there's something that he's made and how it's implemented in the game.
That's cool.
And then underneath there's a short description of what he did and how it worked and what it was for. So it just gives you the context you need to understand like what its function would be.
That's cool. What they did, how it was implemented, how it felt.
So it's just very clear for anyone scrolling down exactly what style they do, what kind of stuff they do, how it looks in game, how it's implemented.
This looks like they were doing an
Style
emulation.
exercise.
Yeah.
So that was them being like, I really like Brawlhalla. I'm gonna design a character based on that kind of style and try and get it matching. And they've put Brawlhalla style splash art.
In order to be transparent.
And then we get like a few sheets of different sprites they used.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like if you were to hire this person, you know the kind of stuff they would make for you. Bit of UI there, UI animation.
Clarity and communication.
Blacksmith animation, bridge troll style. Yeah, the most important thing being that you can look at these and immediately see how they'd be implemented into a game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with your current website, I'm not sure how the art you have on your game art section would be implemented into a game. I'm not sure which section of a game it's for or what type of game it's for necessarily. So I think just giving that context will make a big difference. And then what do they write on about me?
Hey there, my name is Doig Rusinski. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but we'll go with it. I'm 22 years old and I graduated from Media College Amsterdam with the title of a game artist. I'm an 2D artist with passion for designing, illustrating, animating characters. I love making games, and that's why I'm looking for a job that I can pour my passion into. I like to be part of a studio and help them create great projects while growing as both an artist and a person in the process. If you think your team could use someone like me, don't hesitate to send me an email. So it's friendly, engaging, gives you details about where they're from, where they are now, and where they want to go. And easily hit their socials and everything. Yeah, I think this is well put together.
Yeah, so I think that illustrates all the stuff we were saying before.
There's no clicks on this website.
Yeah.
Aside like the
Aside from the
portfolio
initial one,
which is your call to action, just scrolls down and everything is just there.
At least with the initial click too, there's no like having to decide between things to click on. He doesn't have, this art, that art, my blog, my profile.
Yeah, I mean you have the banner here, which is choices, but this is there for a return person who's like, okay, I just want to read the about me. I like one-page scrolling websites. They're in this day and age of like attention span shortening and everything, you just want to give everything you need all in one.
I hope that's helpful.
Yeah. Seeing what PR has been doing lately.
Yeah, Craig is definitely the person to listen to though, if you want advice.
I think in terms of the unsolicited advice, not the unsolicited advice, but the advice about sending unsolicited applications, it shows that you are... There's a certain level of desperation in an unsolicited application because you're like, just hire me. I know you're not looking right now, but like, I'll take whatever. Whereas if they put out an application, you're applying for a particular role, it means there's an HR person who part of their to-do list that day is to look for those things. If they're not currently looking, then you just become like a hassle. So like that's where you have to kind of like wait it out until there's applications there to apply for, because there's an actual pipeline for you to get picked up. But just keep making the sort of content that you want to be hired for in the meantime, and take on any other kind of small work that you can pick up.
Yeah, you are doing the right thing, I think, by doing your own projects. I think it's just honestly a matter of presentation, because your work looks really good.
Yeah, sure. And I think with that, we'll probably call this stream
What are we gonna call it?
done. See who's streaming just now. I'll probably send you over to Tim Remmers, since they're also doing like game art and animation. Yeah. They're currently working on a game called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It looks like they're doing some material stuff. Yeah. Let's do that. But thank you so much for coming by, and thanks for sticking around after the Julia raid. What if Julia raid? And for those of you who were here before, thank you for being awesome too.
Yes. I'm sorry that I wasn't here the entire time, but it's been fun to hang out and to heckle Mike. My favourite hobby. Oh, you're welcome, Tofield Illustration. I hope it really helps. If you want to like send us another version over when you've done a little bit of, you know, when you've applied a few changes to it, do feel free. And yeah, maybe get into a few game jams. Like, if you can find a Discord group or something where they do game jams, that might be a fun time.
Inga Pinkart, since Knight's worked with is it Team Lotus? Thunder Lotus, that's it.
Thunder Lotus.
Like we would have, I can't promise anything because I didn't contact them directly, but I know that Patrick has some contact info for the Thunder Lotus people, and they were really friendly and
Thunder Lotus are incredible. Like, we didn't really get to speak to them much when we were working on stuff, but the animation in their game is like phenomenal. Like,
but if there's like a list of questions or anything particularly you want to forward onto them, I can see about at least asking Patrick if he'd be okay contacting them with something. So if there's something that you really want to like know about, like how they approached it or what they were thinking while they were creating it, since you're studying it as part of your course, then let me know and we can maybe get that. I mean, they're probably approachable on Twitter as well. I just thought it might be helpful for you to you know, get information from the horse's animator's mouth.
the horse's animator's mouth is the worst phrase I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. All right, okay, we're gonna set up that raid. Gonna go over to Tim Remmers. He's really friendly. He works in games and he's a game artist, and he's really cool. Inspires me to keep pushing what I do. So I'm gonna start that raid up. And you're very welcome, Tofield. Okay, raid is set up. Switch us to our outro. And yeah, we will be back on Monday for more Animation Breakfast Club shenanigans. Unless you're doing anything over the weekend, India.
I would love to stream some games with you, but I guess we'll see where you're at.
Yeah, hear that. So yeah, thank you so much for coming by. We've been Doig and Swift, and you've been amazing.
Oh,
May the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Hey everyone.
Bye bye.
Some lovely timing, Doig Swift. Oh no. Good morning, Doig and Swift. Ladies and gentlemen, that means we have to defend the stream from Doig and Swift. Tofield Illustration, thank you for the follow. Okay. If you know how it works, take your position by typing the very unreadable text. Oh, only Steven and Max are there and destroying them all already. Come on, everyone! Well, they are distracted. Well, we are really distracted indeed. Oh yes, definitely, Toefield. Definitely. Dangerous Sponge, thank you for the follow. Alive of O'Reilly, thank you for the follow as well. Ooh, they're coming pretty far. Okay, we have Julia in place there as well. Javi is among the fighters. Shabadoo is also there. Okay, we are safe. We got this. We got this, Doig Swift. There is no way to defeat us. Also, did you see the working version? Because I think the last time you raided, it was broken, right? And now it's all fixed. Thanks, Magnix. Yeah. We are turning everything into a game. Even the Twitch raids. They won't get our tiles. Last time it was fixed already. Ah, okay. Boy, pal bro fella. Gamification. Borky Bingus. And there, look, Doig Swift. Look, there you are. There you are. With a name and a crown. Or did you see the crowned one as well? Man, the likeness is uncanny. Ooh, getting all those bullets in there, in the butt. Oh no. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. We have defeated the Doigs and the Swifts. Tim is so happy about the big... Yes, I'm happy it works again. And I'm happy we could improve it a little bit more. Since the last time I raided, I've downloaded Unity and have been tinkering in it. Cool. What have you been making? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the walking simulator we are working on. This is actually the sandbox of the game we are currently making, called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. And let me stand on the tiles we made. Yeah, so today we were working on these ground tiles. And let me give you the teaser. Thank you, Ian. This is the game, by the way. At least 15 seconds of it. That'll go. Oh, it definitely is Senpak. Definitely. More? No more, Steven. No more. I didn't realize he's using the phone in the teaser. Oh, Max. How many times have you watched it? No, me neither, Steven. Me neither. Oh, nice one. Well, I hope she is gonna like a Bone Rush as well. It won't be the same. It will be different. Wait, so does Naganuma Skype ever so often? What do you mean? I'm sure he Skypes. Every time you play it, I blink. Oh, I see. Ah, can't reach that. Here's our little friend, Polo. I will keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind, Doig Swift. Hey, Olive. Hey, Bob. That's gonna be his new name. Oh, wanna see Olive's work, by the way? There. Bam. See that wall of billboards? That's Olive's work. Pull up. I think you also made this one, right? The WoW sign. Oh yeah, we have more billboards already, but in the meantime, we've got a couple more. A giant wiener indeed, of course. Where would the game be without a giant wiener, Steven? Oh, I didn't see the brain guy, eh? A giant polo, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm still missing a couple of things. Can you share what the premise of the game is? No. No. Having fun and doing graffiti is very important. There. Shake the can. It's not entirely KF3D. So Doig Swift, what you see right now, is the premise. Just shaking. Shaking the game. Hey. De texture is weg van die bottle cap. Bottle cap? Ja, speaking cap. Heel specifiek. Ja, nu komt hij helemaal niet meer, maar... ja, hij was helemaal zwart. Kijk, ik zal wel even naar. Nee, ik heb die shake animatie. Nee. Nee. The best vaccine is some great graffiti. Yeah. Yes. Are you sick? Spray your face and you're healthy again. That's how it works. Yeah, exactly like Mad Max. Like Mad Max. Spray your face and do the suicide thing. BOC is the only game I will pre-order in my life together in Suksong. I have that faith on Javi. Thank you very much. You will be the first one to know if there is a pre-order available. Well, I guess we need to make one more tile now. A spray can a day keeps the coronas away. Right you are, Olive. Right you are. Okay, let me... Let me think. How many months do you need to be sub for that early access? Doesn't work like that. Sorry. Sorry. I want to play around with this because we can tile. Was it tile generator? No. Ooh. That's weird.
So if you have a bit of experience in buggy, while the first on the left is okay, since they have exactly the same setup. And here when I enter edit mode, you can see they currently don't have exactly the same setup.
No.
The deformation bones of our first character, the one that is not bugging, are all parented to the root bone, meaning that they are not connecting one with each other. While our second rig has a more classical parenting chain. The legs are parented to the hips, for example. So if you have a bit of experience in rigging, you may think that it should bring the same bug as in Unity. But all these bones that appear in green are under a copy transform constraint from a secondary bone chain. So Blender will override the parenting hierarchy. The copy transform occur after the parenting. So whether they are parented or not, the copy transform constraint will override the transformation of each bone. So it may sound a bit obscure here, override the transformation of each bone. So it may sound a bit obscure here, but now if we translate this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer. Because Unity can't use those constraints. They are made inside of Blender, by Blender, and for Blender. Which is great. And we only have exported the deformation bones inside of Unity, which is a great thing. But if in one, while you can see that all the problem can't use this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer. But now if we transition of each bone. So it may sound a bit obscure here, but now if we translate this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer. Because Unity can't use those constraints. They are made inside of Blender, by Blender. Because Unity falls inside our scene character, override the parent, a secondary bone are under a copy transform constraint from a secondary bone chain. So Blender will override the parenting hierarchy. The copy transform occur after the parenting. So whether they are parented or not, the copy transform constraint will override the transformation of each bone. So it may sound a bit obscure here, but now if we translate this inside of Unity, it will be way clearer.